Hi, I'm Yasmin and I'm an actress and I am entering my Hollywood era! Are you gonna see me at the Oscars this year? Maybe not yet. I hope so. We'll have to wait and see. Booking roles that do not involve girl number 3 standing in the corner, absolutely. Having fun along the way? That's not even a question. These are my acting goals for 2025 and I'm gonna walk you through everything because if I say it out loud on the internet, it has to come true, right? Let's get into it. Every year I set goals and I also choose a word of the year that kind of sets the tone, sets my intentions for the year. I use this word to guide me when I'm making decisions, when I'm setting new goals and things like that. And my word for 2025 is limitless. Yes, it is inspired by Wicked, but also because it's the most encompassing of the energy that I want to be in this year. And that is really that potential is limitless. The opportunities are limitless. And you can do basically just about anything, and you should stop limiting yourself because I felt that that's kind of what I was struggling with last year. So this year I'm using Notion to track all of my goals. I have my computer right here next to me and I'm gonna kind of walk you through it, show you how I'm gonna do it this year. In the past, I would always use my bullet journal. I loved my bullet journal, especially back when I was in high school. I'm turning 25 this year, which feels absolutely surreal, but I just find that I don't walk around with a backpack to keep a journal in it. And I have my laptop much more accessible to me now. And Notion is basically like a bullet journal, but in web form. It's just a blank canvas. You can do anything with it. When you first start out, it may seem a little bit overwhelming because you don't really know what to do. I use this for my social media agency as well, and it's amazing. But today, I'm gonna be showing you how I set my goals for this year. So I just used their basic goals template for this. I just changed the cover photo to be a photo of Hollywood because, you know, when you have visual representations of what you want, you can visualize it, then you're more kind of in the energy. And I strongly, strongly believe in the energy that you put out is what you attract. I think mindset is just really, really important thing to have a good mindset. And this is kind of something that I've had my whole life because I've known for a long time that I wanted to go down this career path. If you're in the same boat, you can probably relate if you've told this to people before saying, I want to be an actor, I want to be a singer, whatever it is. They're like,
yeah, ha ha ha, good luck with that, as if that's really gonna happen. It's so hard, nobody ever makes it. Pick something more realistic.
And I was like, no, I'm gonna prove to you that I can. And I've proved to myself also in the past that some very, very difficult things that people thought were impossible, I was still able to achieve. And that is honestly just by having such a determined mindset that I just had such a strong faith and trust that it was gonna work out. And then in my mind, I'm like, okay, but then if it's for my dreams, I should be able to do the same thing as well, right? So as I said, I am just using the basic template from Notion and I have my goals listed by category. I started doing this a few years ago and I really, really like it. My finance goals, I'm not gonna share with you because that is personal. Travel is also not really related to this video, so I'm gonna skip that as well. I'm gonna go straight into work. And then we have a little tab here called status. So you can choose whether it's to do, whether you're doing it, whether it's done, and then you can give it a name and you can also give it a due date by quarter. And I love dividing the year into quarter, especially when I set a goal. In the past, I would be like, okay, this is my goal for the year, but I didn't actually have a plan. I didn't break it down into steps. When am I actually gonna achieve it? The end of the year is kind of arbitrary in my opinion. I find that dividing it into quarters is better. That way you don't end up with all your goals unmet by the end of the year. So the first one I have is start posting on YouTube, which I'm already doing. I'm filming a video right now. And so when I click here, open, then I put more details in here. So I want to post a video every single week, 52 in total. I thought a weekly vlog would be fun so that I can actually show people what it's like, what the daily life of an actress at the start of her journey actually looks like because my weeks tend to be very, very different from each other. Some weeks they're full, I go to all these events, which is super cool, and then the next week I'm literally not doing anything, just at home working on my business. So that is the first thing that I kind of want to share on my YouTube channel. And then the second thing that I also wanted to do is, as an actor, a lot of the times you feel dependent on other people to actually act and do your thing. And I found myself unsatisfied with my show reel and wanting to make it better, but then I always kind of felt that I had to be cast in a short film or something else in order to get new material. And I'm sitting here and I'm talking to you and I'm using a camera, right? I have lighting equipment here with me, right? I have the equipment, so why am I waiting for other people to create? And also, when I was in acting school, one of the main things our teachers told us a lot was you need to know how to create your own work. I was like, I have no idea what that means. All I knew was like, okay, like write your own movies and try to sell them to someone. But the thing is, social media is free. You can create a community for free. It's this amazing tool that you can use for literally anything. I love YouTube. I've been watching YouTube ever since I was 7. When it first started becoming a thing, I was following the first YouTubers like Smosh and Nigahiga and all the other ones. And as a child, I also made like videos like them, like fun skits and things like that. And I really enjoyed it and I wanted to do that as an adult, but then I just never actually did it. But so for me, since the beginning, YouTube was just this creative space, this creative outlet, a place where you could come for entertainment and also come for community, because these YouTubers, they were engaging a lot more with their audience. You could comment and they would respond to your comments. So I feel that it's kind of like a full circle moment, and to me it just makes the most sense when I think, okay, I want to be doing my own individual projects, but I'm not in a position at the moment where I can write a script and send it to someone and something will come of it. I don't know. I want to build my community. I want to find my people here on the internet, and that is exactly my goal with my YouTube channel. And one of the other things that I wanted to start doing more is not only share vlogs and bits and pieces along the journey, but to also practice. A lot of acting coaches, a lot of acting teachers, they will also tell you that you have to always be acting, always be practicing. And one of the best ways that you can do that by yourself is to just practice a monologue. And that is honestly what's so nice about being an actor, is that you could just do it anywhere, all the time. You don't need anyone else. You can just sit, find a monologue online, practice, film it, review it. And in my case, I also want to start posting them and having it all online so that I can in the future go back and look at them, see my progress, but also to inspire other people and to share like some really nice monologues that I like. Because for me, acting is sharing other people's stories. Like at the end of the day, you have to remember why you're actually doing this to keep that strong in your memory, because I feel a lot of the times we can get lost in having it be our career and having to make a living out of it, especially like as artists. Remembering why you're doing it and remembering that you actually enjoy doing it, but also to just have fun, because acting is playing and it's just having fun at the end of the day and telling stories. So after a very long monologue about my first goal, that was my first goal. Ooh, I don't know if I can share this online, but the second goal that I have listed on here, it's a little hint. It's not something I can talk about yet. It's something that is definitive, but it hasn't been planned yet. I cannot share too much about that, but this is a little sneak peek. The second goal I have is to act in a film/TV show. This is a goal that I had last year. And last year I got cast my first on-screen role in January. And I was shocked. It happened so fast. I was like, oh my gosh, my first time doing like a big audition, and I book it, and then a few months later it got canceled, unfortunately, but it was a good lesson for me to learn. But so I still have the same goal for this year. I want to level up. I really enjoy doing short films and passion projects, but I want some more, how do I put this nicely? I just want to have some more credible credits on my CV other than passion projects and short films and commercials and things like that. Here in Act in a Film/TV show, I broke it down a little bit. I wrote my steps. So the first thing that I wrote was make a new show reel. And so this year I'm kind of changing my strategy a little bit. I speak a lot of languages, I can do a lot of accents, and there were just so many things that I wanted to show in one show reel that I just didn't have enough time to do that. So I decided to just break it apart. I think it just makes more sense to have multiple show reels for different purposes. One that is just more general, highlighting my range, the things I can do, and just sprinkling a little bit of their, the accents, the different languages. And then if somebody wants to go more in depth in a specific language or the accents, then they can go to a different show reel. How am I going to acquire new material for those show reels? I mentioned before is every week I'm going to be practicing a monologue and filming it, or a scene. I have lots of friends from acting school that would be happy to practice with me. So find your friends. You're always stronger when you're doing something together. And then my next step would be to make a better resume and pitch deck. So pitch deck is something that a lot of artists use, singers, influencers, but I'm not really too familiar with the concept of actors using pitch decks. And I kind of want to experiment and see how that goes, because the landscape is changing, social media is changing a lot of things, and nowadays branding is just more and more prevalent. So I really want to improve my personal branding and to just make it very clear when I send my pitch deck kind of what my personal branding is. That way casting directors can more easily tell what kind of person I am and what kind of roles would fit me better. They can get a general image, and they can also know how to market whatever it is that they're casting for. Because at the end of the day, the acting industry is a business and that is a hard truth that personally I don't really like, because I like to act because it's my passion, because it's fun, and I think that most people do it that way. But at the end of the day, if a film is not a success and it doesn't make money, they're not gonna make more. When a casting director casts you, it's not only your talent, they're also thinking, okay, if this person is marketable for our movie or series, if that is gonna help our movie or not. Just to increase those chances, I want to make it clear kind of what my marketing abilities are. And because I have a multicultural background, I just want to diversify my representation. So not only have representation in Europe, but also in Israel, to just increase my chances overall and see, which market works better for me. I want to get new headshots, because headshots are the first impression, and if there's something that I've heard multiple times is that people say that I look different on video than what I look like in the photos that I send them. So this year I'm gonna be really nitpicky about my photos, gonna find a really good photographer that is specialized in taking photos for actors, and to just get really good photos that I feel really represent me, that I feel good in, and that I feel good about sending. So that was that. And the last thing I already mentioned, which was diversify my representations. In addition to having acting representation, also maybe have representation as a model, sign in for a modeling agency, things like that, just to maybe open some more doors and just have more fun. So that was that. And then we have my next goal, which is make a short film. I've been wanting to do this for such a long time, but I never actually do this. So here I also wrote down a list of tasks, things that I need to do. So basically I just need to finalize my script, find my crew, get funding, make a marketing plan, and just actually do it. Find my co-stars, make it, edit it, produce it, send it to film festivals, and see what happens. Sorry if the lighting changed, my camera died and I had to charge it. So now moving on to the next goal, which is music, and I'm super excited about this because music has been one of my passions ever since I was a child, but I never actually pursued or tried to do anything with it. But luckily enough for me, my boyfriend is a music producer, so I am able to have the opportunity to discover and just play around and create something new and explore this new passion. So one of the things that I want to do this year is to release an EP. and release my own music, write some songs, maybe even make a music video, who knows. Then for this one, I also broke it down kind of into tasks, things that I need to do just to make it a little bit more overseeable. And then underneath that, we have health and personal. And so in personal, there is one thing that kind of ties all of this together, which is monthly check-ins. That I think I'm gonna continue doing in my journal and not on Notion, just because I prefer writing it out on pen and paper. And basically what a monthly check-in is, or how I like to do it, is I sit down, I grab a moment to myself. At the end of the month, I ask myself, what were my highs this month? What were my lows? What did I enjoy doing? What did I enjoy less? What do I want to do more of this month? There are lots of guiding questions that you can find on Pinterest to kind of see what matches your vibe a little bit better. I find that I kind of change it up a little bit from month to month just to keep a little bit of variety. But in these monthly check-ins, I also set smaller goals and intentions for the month ahead, and usually that will be one of those tasks that I just showed in my goal for the entire year, and then I just assign it to a specific month. So for example, in my larger scale goal of filming a short film in 2025, in February, I will set it a goal to find funding or to write a pitch. So that is kind of how I break it down to ensure that I'm really progressing on my goals. And then I also do quarterly check-ins where I then go overview of all the goals that I had for the year, how I'm progressing with everything, how I'm feeling overall, all those kind of things. But I can also maybe make more videos about that in the future if you guys like this one as well. But that is kind of my goals for this year, the breakdown, how I'm tracking it, how I plan to take it on. And if you enjoyed it, then definitely give this video a thumbs up. If you want to follow me along on the journey, then please subscribe to my channel. As I said earlier, I am planning to post a video every single week. And please let me know in the comments, what are your goals for 2025? Are you also in the creative industry? How do you plan to take it on? And I will see you in the next one. Bye!